Tears of the Kingdom keeps blowing my mind. Every new mechanic they show off is something my brain wouldn't or couldn't think of, but my brain can't think of many things, so I don't really know how much of a compliment that is. There's so much here, from the ability to create anything out of everything, to dogs, to Koroks with backpacks. They truly thought of everything. Let's break down all these cool new features that Zelda tuber Aonuma has shown us. First, horses are returning. Obviously, it's a Zelda game. However, it's worth pointing out that this is not Epona. This is an imposter Pona, Impona, Suspona, Sussipona. Most of the HUD is pretty similar to Breath of the Wild, though now instead of up on the D-pad being the rune selector, it's now a food selector. But with the amount of times that we've healed ourselves in Breath of the Wild, this is a smart addition. The symbol could also just mean items in general, since we'll be able to fuse practically anything to our weapons, but we'll go over that in a minute. Above that, we have a new location for our runes, which makes a lot more sense since this is a button we actually press to activate the runes. We see later that this rune refers to the weapon merging ability, which apparently we cannot use while riding a horse since it's grayed out here. That's good to know. We cannot merge our horse to our shield. The minimap in the bottom right looks slightly different. We have what seems to be like a latitude, longitude coordinates along with what I thought was a clock, but if it was midnight, the sky would probably not be lit up like this, obviously. Especially because there's a clock right here. This other 18 must be another coordinate or just information that I'm looking too much into. Maybe it's like a shrine number or something, but there aren't shrines in this game maybe? I don't know. It wouldn't be a speculative video from a YouTuber if you didn't go over every pixel on the screen. There's another shiny tower in the distance. If you watched my last video, you know the inside jokes. As Aonuma is running on his horse, we get a look at one of the best things in this entire trailer. The Korok with a backpack. Look how freaking cute he is. And he needs to reach his friend, who is most likely at the top of one of the Sky Islands or just somewhere he can't reach, which is most places. Look at his little body, he's screwed. Aonuma starts running towards the horse stable, which looks pretty similar to the ones we have in Breath of the Wild. I'm assuming they're in the same locations as they were in the previous game. Why would a horse stable grow legs and move? This is kind of the only logical choice. There seems to be an increase in children around Hyrule. And by increase, I am talking solely about these two pipsqueaks near the stable. Maybe since Link saved Hyrule in Breath of the Wild, the Hylians felt like it was safe to finally start a family. There were children in Breath of the Wild. However, it feels like the existence of these two just immediately doubles the amount of children in this world. There is what looks like to be a construction site over here. Maybe the Hylians are rebuilding, or maybe these are built over where the shrines used to be. I feel like there was always a shrine near a stable so you could fast travel to them. But I can't imagine shrines still being used in this game. With the exception of these light up towers, we haven't seen too much in the way of potential fast travel locations so far. But these are most likely materials for us to fuse together to make other objects. But this right here looks to be a sail that we could use for a boat, so I feel like that theory is probably correct. Dogs are back! Yeah, let's go dogs! Aonuma gives us a nice look at the underside of one of these Sky Islands along with a rock falling from it. Nintendo has teased these falling rocks in the past though, so now we understand their importance. But I am interested in this green swirl here. We don't know what these things do. Maybe they're fast travel points, maybe it's a pile of airheads waiting for our consumption. Whatever it is, they're keeping it a secret. Aonuma finds the rock we saw fall from the sky and proceeds to use the rewind rune to make the rock soar upwards. Recall. It's not rewind. Calling this rune a rewind would make too much sense, though it is hard to say, so now I kinda get it. The recall rune seems to have a timer. It's unclear if the end of the timer is the beginning of where the rock started falling, or if Link only knows how to rewind so far. Recall so far. God, that's gonna be hard to not call it rewind. Though the end of this rock's life seems to just be in the middle of the sky, it would make more sense for us to recall this rock back from the Sky Island where it possibly fell off of, but this is the world of Zelda, where we can make rocks that fall from the sky unfall from the sky. So maybe this thing did materialize from thin air, or maybe it was its own little island and gravity finally won. As we're riding up into the sky, we get a better look at the green swirls. These swirls seems to be coming from this rock thing in the ground. Whatever it is, Nintendo doesn't want to show us. I guess we'll have to wait for the game to come out, or a full direct that actually breaks down most of the mechanics of the game, which I don't really see happening, unfortunately. I think this is all we're getting. Anyway, we can jump off this thing and glide our way over to the other Sky Islands. Link lands on this object that reminds me of something that was spit out from the shrines. What is it? No idea. But now all I can think about is what I want to fuse it with. Imagine fusing this thing to a tree branch? Can't stands, no chance. We got some pretty trees on the Sky Island. Finally, a game with good trees. See, other games I won't mention by word, so the comment section isn't the cesspit. It's not that hard. Aonuma gives us a good look at a new enemy, which looks like some kind of ancient technology monster. I'm glad we're getting new enemies to fight to change up the gameplay from the last installment, and these little things get me more interested in what the story could hold. They remind me a bit of the ancient robots from Skyward Sword, though this could just be Zeltic's video theory stuck in my brain, but I'm getting off track. We then get to see one of the coolest game mechanics I have ever seen. The development team has taken crafting to a whole new level. We can fuse items to our weapons, and they do cool things, like this stick that becomes a bigger stick, or this huge boulder that becomes a smaller boulder, or this mushroom that smoke grenades everything so you can be the sneaky assassin that you secretly are. We get a chance to use all the semi-useless monster parts that we collected in Breath of the Wild. We could craft some things with them, but now we can really utilize them, like this Keese eye that turns a regular old arrow into a homing device. I usually freaking hate Keese. Not anymore. I'm finally excited to see these bats that have been annoying Link for 30 years. As the video plays, I keep trying to see if any of the landmarks look like Skyloft or any of the other Skyward Sword Sky Islands just to verify the leading story theory, like the Pumpkin Tavern. I haven't seen a pumpkin this whole 10-minute video though, bit upsetting. Next, Aonuma shows us the Ultra Hand rune. This is just as cool as the Fuse rune. They definitely got inspiration from the Power Glove. You can just glue stuff together with green gloop and hope for the best. We've seen this stuff in the last trailer. It's present all over the vehicles that Nintendo showed off. As it turns out, these are things you build yourself, not just half-constructed items you find around the world. Each piece is yours to customize and play with. They really took what people were doing in the last game and just straight up turned them into fully fleshed mechanics. I can't wait to see people's Minecraft mansions and Tears of the Kingdom. Aonuma then shows off the Ascend rune, which we have seen before. It's an easier way to fly through ceilings and traverse the Sky Islands. This feels more like a necessary mechanic than a creative one, but I'm still happy it's here nonetheless. I think it's going to be very useful. Finally, we get another look at Link's Skyward Sword-esque dive-in, but we don't need a Loftwing to traverse the area. Also, they keep calling the ground floor the surface, which is what they call it in Skyward Sword, so And that's pretty much it. This video was to show off the really cool new mechanics of Tears of the Kingdom and offhandedly explain to us why it took 6 years to complete this game. I understand. This better be the best Zelda installment yet, with a good story, and more than just shrines to find. Oh, and the OLED, oh god, it's really nice. Broke gang who won't be able to buy the pretty Switch, join me in crying.